Hello everyone and welcome back to Space Engineers, and today I am actually in my survival world I'm working on incorporating some of these new signal blocks into my base design. Now, I've kind of come up with a couple of different kind of ideas. First of which is I want to get these doors set up with kind of like a garage door opener. As you can see here, I have a sensor up top and it works, but the problem is the Hawkmoth is an entirely solar-based ship. It needs to sit out in the sun to charge, which means I'm constantly triggering that sensor. Yes, I could probably fix the sensor so it isn't hitting that spot, but that's no fun. So we are going to be playing around with just a couple of these new blocks. And I think I have another idea. So what blocks we are going to use is, I believe they are under grid automation. Action relay. I'll need to make a couple of those. And I think that's it for at least this part. Go ahead and close that because that's annoying. And I need to figure out where I'm going to place it. Let's go ahead and just take that, and let's go ahead. Oh, was it? You know what? I can just stick it back here with. Yeah. Right there's gonna be. Gonna go up here, grab the materials for that. Get that built. And what I need to do with this is I need to go in, and if my understanding is correct, I need to select a channel, which I have none of these set up. So channel 1, I think is perfectly fine. We're going to accept signals from our faction, and let's go ahead and set up our actions. Now, I believe I have all of these set up with just this hangar door. And we're going to sit here and use it to open close. And that should be it for that. You know, honestly, I don't think I have an antenna built for this location. We'll need to build an antenna. Well, that's easy. I'll just build a new one. This new compact one. Ooh, can I build it up top? I don't know. Let's see if I can build it up top. So we're going to just kind of place this back right there. Hopefully that isn't going to mess too much with that wind turbine. If not, I'm not too worried. I have another wind turbine that's kind of sitting here getting stuff ready to go and collecting power.
Fuel low.
Of course I need fuel. I forget I am in a survival game. I don't have enough room for this. Well, run down and grab a new bottle here once I've filled up. What? Still need those radio. We'll just pull you right through here. That's a pull a bottle now. Yes. All right, we have our antenna now. So what I now need to do is I now, if I understand correctly, need to build one of these here on the Hawk Moth. And thankfully that's pretty easy because I can fit quite a lot down here. So let's go ahead and, oh, I don't know, let's stick it just kind of right in here. All right, now that that action relay is built, I already also have an antenna on this grid. We're going to hop into the cockpit, open up our K menu, and we're going to find our relay. Now, I don't think there's actually much. If I send a signal on one, aha, works. So now I just need to open my G menu, find my action relay, and we'll go ahead and just queue you up on 6. We're going to hit send signal. And with that, I should be able to, there we go. So I can sit here and be flying around in the Hawk Moth. Kind of do whatever, you know, float around, look for some ore, do some scouting. And then when it's time for me to come back in, I can just fly back to base. And I don't even have to sit here and I can be outside of that sensor range. I can come in here, get myself lined up. Fly in here. Without even having to get out, I can then turn right back around, close. Oop, getting a little tight in our hangar. Close that up, and that's it. Oof, I like that. Yeah, Graves is gonna be annoyed with me, but I'm just gonna park you right here. So that's kind of one idea. So using kind of the relay to make a garage door opener. That's so cool. I've gotten so lazy with that door because I've always had to either mess around with the sensor or deal with so my next thought, it's going to take a little bit more a little more finagling. And I have over here a little fly-through welder. If I hit this button, it activates these lights, it activates these screens, and it activates the welding pads kind of right there and right there. And the idea is eventually we're going to loop this around so it's another entrance to the base. And oops, somebody left a projector on. And if they need to come in for repairs, they can just fly through this bay. Now, however, I'm running into the same issue as the doors, and that is if I want to, I have to get out and press that button. If it's in combat, that's just kind of a pain in the butt. So my thought process here is going to take a couple of different blocks. I'm going to need another one of these. And we'll go ahead and run this guy right there. And my thought is we are going to add... Oh, I know. Okay, I need stuff for a timer block. So we'll go ahead and do a timer block, and let's play around with this broadcast controller. So we'll go ahead and grab the stuff for some of that. We'll go ahead and hop down here. And what I'm going to build first is we're going to build our new timer block here. Oop, I'm stuck in the voxel. And then we're going to build our, go ahead and build it right next to each other. I don't plan on doing much down here besides cleaning it up once we get this space more going. It's one display. There we go. And we'll head back down here and we'll set up our broadcast controller. Now, here's my thoughts. I want you to be my welder remote start. All right, so that's the welder remote start. I typically want this to start relatively quickly. And for my actions, we'll get back to my actions here. Action, yeah. No, so for my setup, my actions, let's actually go to my broadcast controller. Now, broadcast controllers are really easy to use in the sense that I just need to sit here and fill these blanks out. So the custom name we're going to use for this is Welding Bay. First message, we'll do remote start detected. Second message, please clear welding area. Yep, that's what we'll use. So we'll clear this. Let's go ahead and go back to our timer block. Set up our actions, and our first action is going to be for our broadcast controller. We want to transmit message 1. Go here, transmit message 2. And let's go ahead and actually, let's go ahead and, do I have a group for the welders? Let me check to see what the name is on these lights. Rotating light 2. Rotating light. All right. So rotating light 1 and 2, pretty much. Let's go back to here, set up our actions. I'm going to do rotating light. We're going to go ahead and turn you on. And go ahead and turn you on. And the last thing we need to do is go ahead and I have you actually just labeled as Welding Bay. Find my Welding Bay timer block. And what I need to do is we are just going to start. Now, because I want a delay on this, I think a 10-second delay is a adequate delay. Ooh, I need to make sure. Let me check. Welding. Welder bay. Do I have... Oh, I'm toggling on off. Well, darn. You know what? I feel... Yeah, let's just go ahead. I know I can get it set up. We're going to just go ahead and remove these because I don't want to mess that up. This is what we're going to do. It's going to send the message. It's going to activate the welding bay. And then when... No, I can't do that. Well, no, I can. I would have to have a separate broadcast relay. Unless I do... Nope. Okay. You know, I'm going to keep it on. It's going to be cool. And it's going to be fun. So, we'll go ahead and use... Go ahead and use the Hawkmoth as another example. I don't have any of my combat ships up and ready to go. So we'll throw another of these on here. And what I should need to do is go down here. Go ahead and press this. We'll go ahead and set channel 2 as our turning our welding bay on. I'll probably set up a third one for turning our welding bay off remotely, or set that up where my welding bay is only on for like a minute. Those are my two options. But we'll set up our actions here. We'll go to our timer blocks. Welder bay remote start, and we need to trigger that one now. That was channel number 2. So if I go into the Hawkmoth, go back to our G menu, find our second relay. Ideally, we'll want to rename these kind of different things. Hit send signal. If I hit 7, oops, I forgot to switch the channel. Whoops. Action relay, switch you to 2. Go ahead and close the doors. Oh, look at that. Welding bay remote start detected. Please clear welding area. And if I sit here and I unlock, oh, yep, it's already engaged everything, and I should just be able to fly in, get welded up, fly out. Ideally, when that's built, I'll be able to just pull a big U-turn and call it good. So yeah, I know it ain't kind of a super big important. I just kind of really wanted to play around with these blocks and kind of thought of like just a couple of use cases. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off, in which kind of sat here, and as we saw, it ended up sending a message, getting everything going. I have another, like a defense tower that automatically warns you like, hey, I've detected an enemy. And then once that enemy is neutralized, or they've left out of range, or have been disabled, it will then notify like enemy ship disabled. Please send recovery and salvage crew. And then I'm working on setting it up using event controllers to kind of like when certain key blocks reach below a certain percentage in health to be send out an SOS like, hey, I need help. All of that should be doable. And I really am excited with these different blocks. So I'm hoping with give it some time, we'll get some really creative uses for them. I haven't thought of anything beyond like setting up remotes for doors and welder bays. I'm just, oh man, I'm super excited for everything. Either way, I know it's a little bit of a different video, less a tutorial, me just kind of like, ooh, look what we can do, or look what I can do, or look what I figured out. Probably stuff that people have already figured out, or you've already watched other people kind of figure out, but it's my first time kind of playing with the blocks. I finally got like in the seat today, kind of messing around with it, and that's kind of what I came up with. So with all of that, if you like the video, go ahead and give it a like. If you like me, go ahead and subscribe. I am the Kilted Bastard, and have a great rest of your nights.